Hey guys, StalkingJaeger here. Really quickly, my brother who voice acted in the last video just uploaded a video on his channel. And if you're into politics and stuff like that, then give it a watch. He's worked really long and really hard on this, I think a couple months now. And you know, he's my brother. He comes from a family, so it's only good content. But go give it a watch. But before that, enjoy tonight's story. See ya. I got a job as a night guard at a local supermarket. I'm already quitting. By Betty 559. Keeping up with college fees is difficult, to say the least. If I wanted to get a job, it would 9 times out of 10 be a night shift job. During the day, until about mid-noon, I have lessons. From then until about 6 PM I have to do my homework. As I was scrolling through an endless supply of ads for minimum wage jobs, I came across one for the supermarket 5 minutes away from my campus. I sent an application through their email address. Surprisingly, they accepted it almost instantly. It had taken me by surprise when they sent an email back telling me that I was expected to show up tonight at 10 PM. It was still 7. So I made dinner and waited until about 9 to start getting ready. When I arrived, the day shift worker was already leaving. He showed me around a bit, and right before he left, he told me that there was a set of rules I have to follow in a book at my desk. Besides me, there was just the night cashier, with whom I only exchanged a few words. I went back to my table, and in one of the drawers I found said manual. Here's how it went. Hello, Night Owl. We welcome you to this position as a night guard with a set of rules to follow to ensure your safety. 1. Once about 20 minutes, do a round through the store. Should you notice anything out of the ordinary, immediately return to your desk and hide underneath it. It should leave after about 3 to 4 minutes. 2. Once every half an hour, go to the back of the store and count how many boxes there are. If there are more boxes, pick any which you want and throw it in the dumpster behind the building. If there are less boxes, it's too late. Get out of the store and lock the doors. Only return an hour later. 3. Talk to the cashier once in a while. Take notice of their appearance. Should they have a weird distinctive feature, take the gun from the drawer and shoot it. If it doesn't have a face, repeatedly yell at it to get out. It will eventually leave. Do not shoot it in that case. You will anger it. 4. Sometime during the hour of 3 AM, somebody will come in here, asking to speak with Jimmy. Keep saying that he doesn't work here, and it should leave. 5. Never manually open the doors for somebody outside. The doors are automatic. It can't trigger them. 6. If someone is heading to the checkout, even though they never entered, shoot them. No double guessing. As long as you follow these rules, you should be fine. Good luck! I closed the book and thought about what I just read. Surely this was just a try from the management of the store to keep me alert. Still, 21 minutes had passed since my shift started. I decided to do a round. As I was at my last 2 aisles, I noticed that at the base of one of them was a bag similar in appearance to one of Chip's, only it didn't have any kind of label. I picked it up and noticed that it was heavier than it should have been. I ripped it open, and an eye stared back at me. It was a bag full of eyes. I dropped it and sprinted to my desk and hid underneath it. I waited there until the alarms on my head stopped ringing. About 5 minutes later, I got out and went back to the aisle the bag was from. It was gone. Just as I was processing what just happened, I realized that half an hour had already passed since I started work. I quickly made my way to the back of the store. There needed to be 33 boxes. Just as the door creaked open, a box that hadn't been there before was sitting in the middle of the room. I didn't even take a good look at it, and it was already in the trash outside. I got back to my desk. Things were quiet for a while, but I remembered the 3rd rule, took my gun, and went to exchange a few words with the cashier. I didn't need to get too close, but I noticed it. The cashier only had one eye in the middle of her face. I pointed the gun at it and it didn't even flinch. I pulled the trigger. After a few seconds, a cashier with a normal looking face emerged from under the counter, as if nothing had happened. Again, I made my way back to my desk. Nothing happened for what I would estimate was an hour and a half. Suddenly, a man enters the building with a dark shadow cast over his face by the hat he was wearing. As he got closer, I realized that only skin covered the eyeless, mouthless, and noseless face. He started telling me that he wanted to speak with Jimmy. His voice didn't sound like it was coming from him, but rather from all around me. I kept telling him to leave, and eventually he did. Again, just like the calm before the storm, things quietened down. After a few quarters of the hour had passed, I heard tapping of the glass doors. Sure enough, there was a human at the door, mouthing the words, "Open it." As there was nothing in the book mentioned about what I should do in this situation, I just ignored him until it was gone. It was 4 AM at this point, and my shift ended at 6. I decided to do a round at the back of the store. I counted the boxes. 32. I got the hell out of there, told the cashier about that, and we both got out and locked the door. We waited for what seemed like the longest hour in the world. She didn't really seem fazed by any of this. I guess she was no stranger to these things. When we got back inside, someone was making their way to the front of the store with a basket full of goods, even though they never entered. I just shot him, and it turned to dust. Nothing happened, but when the day guard arrived, I was already making my way to my dorm by speedwalking. Even though I'd escaped that night rather unscathed, I won't risk it again. Better in there than in a grave. P.S. As I'm writing this, they keep sending me offers to work as a night cashier. I said the last one I quit the day before, and another one was supposed to show up the night I worked there. But they didn't.